After completing some detail in the planning document found on the Teacher Resource DVD and choosing a topic and a lesson to teach, it's time to get started. Find the appropriate Teacher Resource booklet and familiarise yourself with its contents. Choose the resources that you will need from the components, such as the activity zone and the assessment tools. I'm going to focus on Lesson 11.2 in Year 3, Writing Fractions of a Whole, so I'm looking at the Teacher Resource booklet for Year 3, Topic 11. Introduce the topic using the topic opener spread found on pages 154 and 155 of the Year 3 Student Activity Book. Discuss the real-life scenarios presented and the vocabulary. As we're looking at Lesson 2 in this topic, I may well have introduced the topic earlier, but can revisit this. Note, for Years 5 and 6, introduce the topic by playing the appropriate topic opener video from the IWB DVD and then refer to the topic opener spread. The focus of assessment in enVisionMATHS is both formative and summative. Therefore, at this point, we suggest that you use the associated pre-assessment as a tool to determine student knowledge in this particular area of mathematics. The results from this assessment will guide and support teachers in customising instruction and formulating individual or group learning action plans to address individual student needs. Results and observations can be recorded on the formats provided in the Planning Documents section of the Teacher Resource DVD. Work out your groups and the resources they will use. Note that a lesson using the suggested sequence would generally take at least 2 hour-long math sessions to complete. Familiarise yourself with the notes provided in the lesson section of the Teacher Resource booklet for the lesson you are teaching. On the left side of each lesson spread, you will find a reduced size copy of the appropriate student activity book page with the visual learning bridge at the top. This provides you with a quick reference point and offers teacher questions to help support student learning. On the right-hand page, you will find the topic focus and quick and easy lesson overview for the lesson. Start each lesson by setting the purpose and developing the maths concept by making connections to students' previous learning. Encourage students to share their thinking and make connections using words, pictures, and digital or concrete manipulatives. Next, watch the visual learning animation on the interactive whiteboard DVD to engage students and deepen their maths understanding. While teaching with the animations, stop after certain frames and take time to discuss the mathematics, visual images and connections being made. Encourage students to ask and answer peer questions. Note that the visual learning animations are supplied for the foundation to 4 years. As stated earlier, topic-based videos are supplied instead for Years 5 and 6. Visual learning bridges are still supplied for Years 5 and 6. Look at the associated visual learning bridge on the interactive whiteboard DVD or at the top of the student activity book page. Take time to further explore and reinforce students' maths understanding using the questions provided in the Teacher Resource book. Continue to explore the maths concept with your students using the whole class teaching focus activity provided. You may choose to make use of the tools for maths at this point to demonstrate an understanding or a particular question. For students having difficulty understanding particular maths concepts or those requiring more challenging activities, error intervention and extension activities and prompts are provided to support individual student needs. Students can then work independently or in small groups or within a guided teacher group to complete the associated page in their activity book. Each lesson page is specifically designed for students to answer a selection of mental computation, guided practice, reasoning, independent practice and problem-solving questions. There is plenty of space for working out. The emphasis is on exploring and applying rather than repetitive practice. Answers, including expanded answers to the problem-solving questions, are provided in the Teacher Resource booklet. At this point, you could organise your students to work in like ability or mixed ability groups to revisit, practice or extend their learning. For Years 3 to 6, it was envisaged that students would work on different activities at each learning centre. One group could work with you on a guided activity, revisiting the visual learning animation, teaching focus activity or student activity book page. Groups could work on activity zone cards, including the digital card using Tools for Maths. For each topic in Years 3 to 6, there are 2 Minds cards with 2 copies of each, 3 Investigation cards with 2 copies of each, 4 Games cards with 1 copy of each, and 1 digital card with 4 copies of each. As part of your planning, you will need to choose which lessons to use the various cards in, as the cards are topic rather than lesson linked. Students record their activity zone learning in their Maths Thinking Skills books. You could also have a group completing a specific replay, practice or challenge differentiated worksheet. These worksheets could also be used for homework. There are 3 worksheets for every lesson. Use the reflection questions provided in the teacher resource book to gain some insight into your students' maths learning. Encourage your students to think aloud and share maths strategies, processes and understandings used throughout the lesson. Discuss areas of expertise as well as challenges. Students then have the opportunity to record their reflections in their Maths Thinking Skills book or present examples of their new learning using Tools for Maths, which is also found on the interactive whiteboard DVD. During each lesson, take time to work with small groups and individuals to gauge how students are going with each new maths concept. Take time to record anecdotal notes, including capabilities, challenges and goals. Use the planning formats provided for assessment from the Teacher Resource DVD. After completing each maths concept, have students complete the associated post-assessment task. This consists of multiple choice, short answer, reasoning and problem-solving questions and will provide the teacher with information about a student's achievement on a particular topic. Let's take a moment to review Tutorial 5. In this tutorial, we looked at how you would teach an enVisionMATHS lesson in Foundation to 2 and 3 to 6, using all the components in the suggested teaching sequence. We reminded you to model the use of the components with your students, and that the teaching sequence can be modified as you see fit. To learn more, you may like to read through a teacher resource booklet for any topic.